What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Fight Night MMA. Alex Pereira just destroyed Magomed Ankalaev to reclaim his UFC belt at UFC 320. Poatan lived up to his words and knocked out the Dagestani star once again to reclaim the title. Meanwhile, Alex Pereira reveals that he broke his foot while kicking Magomed Ankalaev's leg. He explains that the moment his kick landed on Ankalaev's lead leg, he instantly felt something was wrong with his foot. I know you have a boot on your foot here. When you think about the timeline of getting back in there, you've always been very active throughout your UFC career. When do you want to get back in there? Yeah, we have to see how this heals up. I'm pretty sure it's broken. I was kicking his legs, and when he switched stances, as soon as I kick his lead leg, I felt my foot. So we'll have to see. Magomed Ankalaev breaks his silence following his defeat to Alex Pereira, saying that if Allah has tested him with a loss, it is to make him stronger. He expresses gratitude to those who stood by him and also to those who distanced themselves, explaining that Allah removes not only weakness but also unnecessary people from one's path. Magomed Ankalaev said, "If Allah tested me with defeat, it means He wants to strengthen me. I bow to His will, but not to difficulties. To those who stayed by my side, thank you. Thank you also to those who turned away. After all, Allah clears the path not only of weakness, but also of unnecessary people." Alex Pereira also shared an inspirational message after his win at UFC 320, saying that in life, everyone falls, but it's important never to stay down. He encouraged people to get up, believe in themselves, and remember that hard times pass. With resilience, dedication, and a good heart, he said, anyone can overcome challenges and achieve great things. Alex Pereira makes it clear that he has no interest in facing Khamzat after his win at UFC 320. He says he only wants a super fight and is now focused on moving up to heavyweight. I don't know if you're aware of this yet, but middleweight champion Khamzat Chimaev has called you out and said that congratulations, but now you guys need to finish your business. Are you aware of what business that is? And are you interested in him moving up to fight you at this stage? Thanks for congratulating me, but all I want is a super fight. I want to fight at heavyweight, but all I can say is thank you. On the other hand, Alex Pereira confirms his desire to move up to heavyweight, saying he wants a bigger challenge and feels ready to test himself against the toughest fighters in that division. When you look at the challenges ahead, the contenders that are waiting to come and challenge you for that belt, what is the one that makes the most sense for you? No one in mind yet. As I said, I want to have a bigger challenge at heavyweight, and that's basically it. Dana White reacts to Alex Pereira's talk about moving up to heavyweight, revealing that Pereira and his team already mentioned the idea before UFC 320. Dana recalls running into Alex at the PI earlier that day, where they told him they wanted to fight at heavyweight. He responded by telling them to first focus on the fight that night and then discuss the future. Dana adds that there are still plenty of matchups left for Pereira in his current division. He seemed to tease that maybe he was going to call for a John Jones fight, but then kind of pulled it back after, learning about Arthur. Is him going to heavyweight something you would entertain at this point? So today I was at work and I had a bunch of meetings over there this afternoon. And I went over to the PI and he was over in the PI and I'm like, "Well, you're the last guy I expected to see here today. What are you doing here?" And they were telling me, we want to fight at heavyweight. I said, how about we win tonight and focus on tonight, and then we could talk about, heavyweight. And I don't know. There's still fights here in this division. Dana White further reacts to Alex Pereira's interest in moving up to heavyweight, questioning the idea of jumping 2 divisions. He points out that moving from middleweight to heavyweight in MMA is far different from doing so in boxing, calling it a major leap. White adds that Pereira still has compelling matchups left in his current division and wonders why he would rush into the heavyweight division unless he plans to retire soon. What is your hesitation about him going up to heavyweight? He's mentioned it a few times in the past. He always wanted that John Jones fight, and I understand why maybe that fight wasn't appealing to you. But what is your reservations about sending him to heavyweight at this point? Probably that he was a middleweight. He was a middleweight, and he's going to jump up 2 weight classes in the UFC. It's not like jumping up 2 weight classes in boxing. It's a big jump. And as far as Yuri's performance, and it's not that I have any reservations about it. I mean, the guy he's in a division that there's still some interesting fights. I don't know. I like the guy so much. We'll see. We'll have to talk about it. I just don't see why, unless he wants to retire, why throwing him in at heavyweight makes any sense other than I just end up saying he wants to do it so bad. I'll just say yes. I don't know. However, Adam Cataterral agreed with Alex Pereira's plan to move up to heavyweight. He suggested that Jerry P. Chaska and Carlos Olberg should fight for the vacant light heavyweight title while Pereira pursues a third UFC belt to kick off the new TV deal in January. Adam Cataterral said, "I agree with Alex Pereira heavyweight next. Jerry and Berg for the vacant LHW title, whilst Alex attempts to win the belt in a third weight class to start the new TV deal in January." Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall reacts to Alex Pereira's stunning knockout win, admitting he was proven wrong after doubting Pereira going into the fight. He praises Pereira's performance, calling it very, very impressive, and noting how easily he ran through his opponent in just over a minute. Aspinall wonders what's next for Pereira, questioning whether he'll finally move up to heavyweight or take another fight at light heavyweight, leaving the decision up to the UFC. Ankalaev just doesn't seem to be able to get anything off so far, per keeping a perfect distance here. And CL switched orthodox now. I don't know why. Wait, he's not usually, or he's caught him. He's like pull guard on him. He's covering up. He must be hurt. Oh, he's using the 12 to 6s. He's not going to get stopped. Boom. There it is. What's that? 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute 20, something like that. 1 minute 30. Pro just absolutely ran through it. Look, I was wrong. That's very, very, very impressive. Does he move to heavyweight now, or does he fight Yuri, or what your thoughts? I don't know. I'm sure that's his decision. Who's next for Pereira? See what he wants to do. Berg's just won. Berg's very good. Maybe I know he's been talking about coming to heavyweight. So see what the UFC want to do. Robert Whittaker believes the middleweight division no longer has anyone capable of beating Alex Pereira, explaining that the fighters who could have challenged him belong to a past era. He thinks moving up to heavyweight is the smartest move for Pereira, both for his legacy and financial opportunities. The guys that had the best chance of beating Alex aren't in the division anymore. It was a generation ago, unfortunately. It was an era ago, and they're not there anymore. So, there's no one for Alex in that division, I don't think. Post is my threat. Sure. Moving up to lie heavy is the right thing to do superstardom-wise. Making money, yeah. Making bank otherwise. Yep. Robert Whittaker admits he now believes Alex Pereira's claim of being only 40% in their first fight. After watching Pereira's dominant rematch performance, Whittaker says he's convinced the Brazilian was genuinely sick and injured the first time around. Everyone and their friend were saying they wanted to see Alex move forward. They wanted to see him be more aggressive, put Magomed alive back on the back foot, make him react to Alex's game. And man, it was like that's what I wanted to do the first time in there and just stoned him, dude. Like, yeah, just that he just went in there with absolute confidence. You know what? He said in his first fight, he was fighting at 40%. He was sick. He had injuries. Dude, I believe him now. Like, it's not that I didn't believe him the first time, but everyone's like, okay, but that, because him, ankle controlled that fight. And what happened, happened. Yeah, but now I'm like, dude, he must have had leprosy, because the difference in this second fight was crazy. This is how everyone's first fight was on. This is how everyone thinks any fight Alex Pereira is going to be in is going to go. Robert Whittaker believes Magomed Ankalaev may never get another title shot, noting that the UFC was never particularly fond of him. He added that Ankalaev will now have to climb back through the tough light heavyweight division to earn another opportunity. But it's safe to say that Magomed Ankalaev is probably never seeing a title opportunity for a long time, if ever. Like, oh man, what a fight. what a fight. I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked. Yeah, Ankalaev's going to have to work his way back up. You obviously don't love the guy to begin with. So he's going to have to work his way through the grinder that is the division.